Hey everybody, welcome to my very first Felty video. I've never done Felties before. Actually, this is probably the first time I've ever really sewed in my entire life, so if they're kinda please forgive me about that, but I got home from New Jersey and I saw I had a bunch of felt, and for some reason I just really wanted to sew all of a sudden. So I guess let me get started. I'll do the first one, which didn't turn out too good. It's a 3D-ish one, and it's a toast. I was going to use it as one of those like pin cushion kind of things, and the eyes are buttons. I think the sewing came out pretty good. It's just that for some reason when I sewed it, you see it came out a little lopsided. But other than that, I think it came out really neat. I like how squishy it is. I did this sandwich. I don't know why, but I had the urge to do like a sandwich one. I didn't want to do a 3D one again really because I messed up on the other one, but I really like how it came out. There's no face, it's just a sandwich. The first one I actually did out of any of them was this kitty. And it's kind of like a little voodoo kitty. It's even got a little bell on its collar. It's got a big eye and a little eye, and this is actually fluffy paint stuff. But yeah. And the ears on this one I didn't sew, I glued, but they stay really, really good. Because I had forgotten that you need to sew on details first, and I forgot the ear patch things. But I think it came out really cute. I like it. The second one I did was another kitty. I actually think the first one came out a bit better. This one, the mouth is like really light, so it's hard to see when it's like certain angles. And again, it's got two eyes, but I did remember to sew on the detail of the ears and the little nose this time. This is my third thing. Just like a keychain kitty head. And I think the mouth came out really well. And I like the two different colored eyes. I've always liked the white cats with the two different eyes. So I thought this one came out pretty cute. I'm working on doing the whole hiding the thread thing, but for my first session of sewing, I think this came out pretty good. The next thing I did isn't really a felty so much it is I made this pouch with denim. I still have to do two buttons to be able to close it like this. But I sewed this felt cat. I like how the eyes came out too with like the line because they only had two buttonholes. And it's actually not sewn on all the way, so you can use it like a little pouch. I did this little milk, and this is actually like my my needle holder. So that way I don't lose it when I'm sewing. And this is puff paint as well, the features. I did this one, but it's actually not really a felty. If you can tell, it's actually duct tape. And it's got the squishiness in it, and I sewed it differently than the others, and I think it came out pretty good. Except for this one little thing sticking out. But I really like how this came out, and duct tape is surprisingly easy to sew. And I really like, and the mouth is actually a permanent marker, but it doesn't smudge if you leave it to dry long enough. And the eyes are buttons again. And inside is actually cut up felt that was extra stuff that was too small to use for anything. So I recycled the felt and I put it inside to use it for the filling. But I really like how this one came out, and I thought it was a neat idea. All three of the last things are really my favorites, but I'll do the robot first. I did this cute little robot, and I sewed the head and the body. They're both one piece, but I sewed across to make them separate, so that way the head had some movement to it. And the arms and legs are just a single piece of felt that I sewed to make it look like the rest. And I really wanted the stitching to be apparent, so I left it black. So I thought that came out really cute, though. I like it a lot. And one of my two favorites of the cats is this one. It's kind of like a zombie-ish, like voodoo kitty, I guess. And you can see that I sewed like the details across, like little stitches and the heart. And when I put pins in it, I always put them like in the heart, so that way it looks like a voodoo doll. So like that. Put that back in my milk thing before I forget where I put it. But yeah, I really like how this one came out a lot. And this is actually embroidery floss. I found a big needle in a sewing kit that I was left. The woman who sold us the house left a big sewing kit behind, and it had a really big needle in it, so I used embroidery floss for this and this. And I think it gives it a really cool effect, so I like this one a lot. And my favorite out of all of them has hair on it for some reason right now, so let me clean that off. Get out of here. Yeah, get off. Okay. Is this gentleman kitty that I did. It's not that bright orange, but for some reason it's like, ooh, like super neon. It's actually more like a tabby orange. But yeah, I really like how this one came out a lot. Again, it's mostly the back that's kind of because I didn't learn how to hide the sewing thread before I did most of this. But he's got a little tie, and his collar is sewn on, and a mustache. 2 buttons for the eyes. The ears are sewn on. The hat even has stuff in it, so it's poofy. And I gave him a little monocle. This is actually not sewn on. It's glued, but it's glued on pretty well though. It was just too thin. Excuse me, and it was an afterthought. But I didn't want to do it with the puffy paint, so I really wanted to do it with felt, and it came out really cute. But yeah, he's definitely my favorite one. So I did a lot of felties since I've been home. Like I said, I came home and for some reason I felt like I want to sew stuff, so that's what happened. There's a lot. I didn't realize how many things I had done. And my milk. So yeah, that's my first felty thing. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any more. I kind of hope I will, because it is really fun. I didn't think sewing would be fun at all. My mom knows how to sew really well, but I never really learned from her. I never asked her to teach me. But yeah, I hope you guys really like this, and I might be doing some more. If you have any questions about them, let me know. I'm not sure if I'll do a tutorial on it, because it would probably take a really long time, but if I figure out how to shorten it down, I might do one. So if you have any questions or want a tutorial, let me know. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!